Hello, everyone. I am back after a long time and I'm bringing you a very new topic. Actually, the topic itself is not new. The concept has been around for quite some time now, even for a country like India. So let me get straight into it. Um, Before I start, let me give you a story of my personal experience. So, uh, when I started working at this company that I'm working currently, all my peers, all my colleagues were really excited about this new platform, which would give you 12% interest rate on your investments. That is very, very tempting, right? More than anything. 12, and the platform itself is called 12% Club. So I was really excited. I had a lot of other investment options like mutual funds, directly investing in stocks, or investing in other um, instruments like FD. But FD is so outdated and really not for this generation. This generation knows to take risk, and that's why they are looking for more exciting offers. So when this platform came about, 12% Club, I was really, really excited. But I was also apprehensive about what the business model is exactly. Back then, almost 2 years ago, I did the most basic research. I asked my colleague, who's very, very knowledgeable about fintechs and um, making money in general. So he told me that this is backed by Bharat Pay and somehow approved by RBI. I don't remember him saying this explicitly, but since it was backed by Bharat Pay, I had a trust factor in there. And he himself had invested like more than a lakh rupees in it. And he was recommending other people to invest a lot more than that money into this platform instead of, going to stocks or mutual funds, because this is giving guaranteed returns. Now, the word guaranteed is important here because I had this impression for a very long time that 12% Club is giving me guaranteed returns. Of course, I figured out that if it is able to lend, give me such high interest because I am putting my money in with it. Of course, the platform is doing some lending on the other hand, on the other side, to borrowers to which it is giving on very high interest rate. Like if I am getting returns of 12%, definitely it is giving a borrower interest rate of more than 12%, which is very, very common in unsecured lending. This is the space of unsecured lending where there is no collateral involved. So I was really happy. I did not invest too much money into it. I had only invested about 50,000 over a span of 2 years. I did it withdraw my money and I could see my money grow every day. Since the return was fixed, I could see my money, the return, everyday return, right? And it was so tempting to realize the power of this. Until recently, until recently, when I randomly got a WhatsApp message from 12% Club saying that my withdrawal request of 4,000 rupees has been processed and the money will be credited into my account in 2 to 3 days. I was shocked. At first, my first reaction was, has my account been hacked? Because I never raised a withdrawal request. And I frantically searched for any customer care service that they may have. So I was redirected to this another platform called Lenden. On further research, I learned that Lenden is actually the P2P infrastructure which is supporting 12% Club, right? And from there, upon further research, I learned that since they are not getting a lot of borrowers, they will not be able to give the same returns on my money, even if I keep my money invested. That is when everything started to unravel to me. Now, when I asked my colleague, the colleague who had recommended me to invest in this, he said that this is common. This is not fraud. This is actually being initiated by the platform themselves so that they don't keep a lot of the investors' money to which they cannot promise the said returns. So that's why they are returning the money to you. I was surprised. Can this really happen? I was under the impression that I'd get fixed returns. That's when I learned key they obviously a lot of these platforms missell themselves, saying that you get this is the best investment opportunity out there in the market that you'll get fixed returns. That's actually not so. When you go to the 12% club page and you actually click on know more about P2P lending, you'll know that the model is again lending and borrowing, but this is not secure. They do not guarantee you the returns. They are not liable if you don't get the same returns. And this is even supported by RBI. RBI does not hold these platforms accountable if they are not able to fulfill the, you know, investors' claims. I was shocked. Wow, I'm investing in something which says they're gonna give 12% returns, but actually they're not liable and they can, kick my money out anytime. They can just shrug off the responsibility of giving back my money, even the principal rate. And that's how the whole P2P lending works, the entire P2P lending infrastructure, the landscape in India works. So there are two parties. 12% Club is not actually into P2P lending. It is just a platform. It is just allowing you to invest. It is giving you a UI and it is showing you um, your returns so that you can get tempted and invest more. In the back end, there is another NBFC certified by RBI to act as a marketplace between lenders and borrowers, on the other hand. And these P2P platforms do not keep the money themselves. Their sole job is to match lenders with borrowers with an algorithm, right? Their money is with an escrow account. Escrow account is always opened in a bank. The funny thing is, it actually started dipping the whole market, the whole prospect of P2P lending had taken a dip during 2018-19. But then Cred entered into this market um, with Cred Mint. Cred Mint operates on the same fundamentals. But instead of randomly matching lenders with borrowers, it has a very unique set of criteria who can lend and who can borrow. So Cred has its own platform where people can pay off their credit card dues. So it has a huge customer base, a reliable customer base, and only these people can be invited to invest in Cred Mint, in return of which they get a certain return. And the borrowers can also only be of Cred platform. You have to be a user of Cred platform. They check your CIBIL score. They check a lot of your history before they can lend money to you at a higher interest rate. Now that's what makes it reduce its own risk of increasing NPAs. That's the whole deal with P2P lending, right? These platforms, Cred Mint or 12% club, they only keep a commission fee, like 1% or 2% of the entire money that is uh, invested by a certain investor. You have caps, you have caps on both ends. That's how RBI reduces the risk. A lender can only lend up to, I think it's 5 lakhs. I don't know. I'll have to check the stats or the figures on that. So all platforms can, or 5 lakhs, or maybe it's less, 50,000 or something. I'm not sure. But you can guess there are caps on every aspect. The reason why RBI, the pressure is now on RBI to regulate these fields because they do not want to repeat what happened in China. In China, they had around more than 2,000 such P2P lending businesses in 2016. In 2018, number went down to 1,000, and the latest figure shows that it is only around 300 in China at the moment. What happened? Of course, the the quality of borrowers were poor and the NPAs increased, mounted, and these platforms could not recover the money from the borrowers to give back to the lenders as interest earned. And so the whole model flopped. People lost interest in these business models and it all came crashing down. And that's why RBI is again taking a very measured, calculated step here in how much it wants to allow P2P lending to grow. And that's why it has put caps. Interesting industry this is because it does encourage investing by a lot of people because of the fixed return that it guarantees. But again, it is mis-selling, so that should definitely be regulated. On the other hand, there are a lot of borrowers who may not have high CIBIL score, who are who are who for lack of no other option, they have to pay the high interest fee. And these lenders, these platforms come as a savior to these people seeking money. They are just trying to bridge the demand and supply so that money can be regulated and everyone can, thrive in doing whatever they want to do with the money. It is a good model. It's just that it has to be regulated so that nothing is missold and people don't default and the investors don't lose their trust in the financial system of the country. Isn't that an interesting concept? I had so much fun learning about it, and there are so many other things to learn because this industry is growing. Do let me know what other business models you want me to cover. Thank you.